Hi there, Stampers. This is Lisa with Queen Bee Creations. Welcome to today's live. We're going to be making another fun fold card today. I'm so glad you came to join me. This is the card we're making. And again, my name is Lisa. I'm with Queen Bee Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And so all the products I use are Stampin' Up! Related and can be purchased in my online store. And then when you purchase in the online store, you also get free PDF tutorials. So if you like these kinds of cards, you're going to love my tutorials. If you're another demonstrator or shopping with another demonstrator, you can also purchase my tutorials on my website, queenbeecreations.net. We're going to be playing around with the Lucky Clover stamp set. This is something that is in our January to April mini catalog, and it did come with a punch, and unfortunately the punch is sold out. If you have it, fabulous. If you don't, I apologize. It is no longer available. It has been discontinued. That's one of the reasons we encourage you that if there's something you find in one of our catalogs or released online, please put it on your list, your must-haves at the top, because a lot of things are while supplies last. And unfortunately, that's just kind of the world we live in nowadays, with so many things made in China and the shipping dilemma everybody has. It's just kind of a bummer. But if you were interested in the bouquet, it's the heart that was the bouquet, went with the bouquet bundle. Can't put my name on it right now, but if you liked that heart punch or you like the Easter Bunny punch, those are coming back, which is exciting. It means that hopefully they're going to carry over. Wouldn't that be fun? So we're going to go on with today's card. Oh, one more thing I want to mention, and I have to point it out. The buzz has already started about these in colors retiring. So if you are one of those that loved these in colors, I have here Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, and Fresh Freesia. Those will be retiring at the end of this catalog. And once the buzz starts, that's another one of those things that we run out of quickly. So if you like that cardstock, or you don't have the ink pad yet, or maybe you have the ink pad and you haven't gotten the ink refill for that, now's the time to do that, because those are while supplies last, and they will sell out quickly once the word just gets out there rolling. So let's get on to today's card. So I'm going to move you down to my desk. And this is our card. It is called a side easel card, or a landscaped easel. And it just has this rest stop where it butts up against the lifted cardstock here, and it allows you to set it on the desk for display, which I really like. So we're going to start out with, a kind of standard card base. We have our piece here that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, but I gave it an additional score at 2 1/8. And what that is that's taking this front part and I just folded it in half, so that's going to be the easel part. Then to go on there, I have these strips. Because this was 2 1/8, these are 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So those two will mount there. For the inside of the card, we have our 4 inch by 5 1/4. Our little stopper piece is 1 inch by 5 1/4. And then I've got our shimmer paper that is 5 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch. I love this shimmer paper. It is so pretty, and it has this really smooth finish on it. And so there's no way that, glitter will fall off of it. It's not messy at all. And I'm excited to say that those of you who will be joining me in the stamp camp I have going on March 11th, we're going to be using that shimmer paper as part of our cards. Our stamp camp, I do these with Laura Buchler. She's out of Canada, and we do a stamp camp usually quarterly. That's what we're going to be aiming for. And our quarterly stamp camp this time is March 11th, and we're using the Fancy Flora. So it's a beautiful, beautiful stamp set. So I'm excited to be playing with that soon. And registration closes soon. So if you're interested in that, definitely let me know quickly, because signups have been going on for a while now. And it is open to other demonstrators. But I do encourage you to purchase the product or something equivalent, because that's why we do them. Okay, so I've got all of our pieces to our card. We can go ahead and start assembling. So I'm just going to add this little strip of designer series paper to the bottom. And this is the designer series paper that is the host option in our annual catalog. It had some really fun, birthday type designs on it. But I thought this back worked really well with our St. Patrick's Day theme we have going on today. The card base is Mossy Meadow, but I believe the color used in here is Old Olive and Pear Pizzazz. But we're just making use of all of our greens for St. Patrick's Day. So this is the stopper. And that's going to be adhered right here, but I'm going to need to lift that up. So that's going to be put up on dimensionals. And when I did it, I actually used our foam strip adhesive, or foam adhesive strips. Just because I wanted it to be even all the way across. So I'm going to put this down there. Here, and I'm going to need a little extra. And then that will get adhered right here. And we're going to do our stamping here. So what I have on the inside is Sending Luck and Love. And I went ahead and stamped that in Mossy Meadow. You want to remember when you're inking up your stamps to try to use the edges of your stamp as well as the middle. We all have a tendency to always ink up our stamp directly in the middle, which is fine, but you may have to re-ink it a little more often. But if you move your stamp over to the edges, then you're also, you're using it evenly. Am I making sense there? Okay, somebody on Facebook said Prize Patrol, but I have to apologize. I cannot see your name. If you're on Facebook, you need to give StreamYard permission to use your name. Otherwise, we can't see it on this end. And that means you're not entered into the drawing. So I apologize for that. But you do want to enter hashtag Prize Patrol. That is the way you get entered into the drawing in order to get today's card. And I do send them out in the mail. I usually kind of bundle them up. The last bunch was a little too many because I ran out of stamps. But the last bunch went out last week. So this week you should have been getting floods of those Prize Patrol cards. They go out with regular postage stamps, so I apologize. I don't have tracking, but if you do not get one, let me know and I'll do my best to see if I have another one I can send you. I have no control over the post office once it leaves my office. Okay, so on to the front of our card, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the Happy St. Patrick's Day across this white one. Oh, and did I give you these sizes? This is 2 3/4 by 4. So this would be 2 1/2 by 3 3/4, and then 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. We're going to take this one and we're going to ink up Happy St. Patrick's Day. Put that right in the middle in Mossy Meadow. But then I'm going to bring in Old Olive and the smaller 4-leaf clover, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that around the edges. I'm using a little piece of scrap paper because I have a tendency to let them hang off the edge. I think it looks more natural that way. We've been doing a lot of stamping this week with the flowers, and they look like they're floating if they're not hanging off a little bit. We also want to do things in odd numbers because apparently that's an artistic thing. Okay, then I'm going to put this on the inside. And remember, if you're using the foam strips, then stick with foam strips. If you're using dimensionals, stick with dimensionals. For some very odd reason, I don't know why they're not the same height. I wish they were, but last time I did it, they were not. So don't mix them up. Use them, use one or the other. There's that part. And I'm going to get this out of the way, or I'm going to set something down in it. My elbow, a card, something. Also remember that if you're using some of our fancier papers like this, you can punch stuff out of the middle before you adhere it, because once you see this side, if there was something punched out of the middle back there, you wouldn't notice it. So you can get much more use of your materials if you remember to do that. Okay, now when I adhere this here, I want to adhere it kind of basically in the center as if it was a regular layer, but because of that fold, I only want it adhesive below that line. So I can, if I want to, come in and put a little pencil mark there if you wanted to make sure that you were getting all your adhesive below that. But I think we did pretty good. I've had some practice at it. Okay, so there we go. So there is our landscaped easel card. See how simple that was? Oh my gosh, like too simple, like it's only $2.45. So I so apologize, because I intend to give you guys ideas that you can use that are simple yet pack a little bit of wow power and make it easy, because we don't want to, we want to spend our whole life crafting, but we can make more cards if they're just easy and quick to do. But I will make up for it on Monday, I promise. Monday's card is stunning. I am so excited. Susan Campfield is a friend of mine, and she made a card with this fold, and I just had to try it. I think this is just stunning. So this is the card we're going to make on Monday. It's got that center pop-up. And we're going to be using the Happy Easter Bunny bundle. The punch actually punches out this bunny right here. This one here is fussy cut. I actually stamped them on white and colored them, but you can also stamp them on colored paper and not have to color them. So that's really fun. So we're ready to spin. This is a quick one, so I apologize for anybody who came on late. You're going to want to go back and do the replay because it is an awesome card. Again, remember, all the supplies can be purchased in my online store. We are in the last 2 weeks of celebration, so there is lots and lots of free stuff out there. They even added some options to the free stuff, so there's additional punches and designer series paper and more choices if you've already gotten what you want out of the regular selection that was given to us January. And remember, these colors are on their way out. So if you need refills of the cardstock, if you don't have the markers, the pads, if you need refills for the ink, grab those now. Is there a name for that fold? I don't know. I apologize. I don't know the name of it. It's just kind of an internal pop-up. It's got a mechanism to it. I'll look around and see. I don't know. We don't always have a name for them. Sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes the people I find doing them just say, oh, we're doing an amazing fun fold. And that's all I'm given. So I apologize. I do not know a name for that one. But I do know that I am doing a PDF tutorial. So those of my customers that shop with me are going to have the opportunity to get that for free. And those of you who don't shop with me can purchase it in my online store. It's $10 for 6 tutorials. So it's a really good value. And if you can follow along with the video, you can do that too. So let's go ahead and spin our prize wheel. Take the desk off and add our wheel, and then we're just going to draw. So Wendy is our winner. Congratulations, Wendy. You will get today's card. That one we do have a name for. We know that this week's card is a landscaped easel card. And I will pop that in the mail to you today. So congratulations, Wendy. The rest of you come back and see me on Monday. And in the meantime, there's hundreds of videos out on my YouTube channel for you to enjoy over the weekend. So thanks for joining me. Bye.